So many of my listeners sell on Amazon or Etsy or other marketplaces. Let's start with what are some of the most common photography mistakes you see product sellers making? And then, of course, we'll talk about all the things they could be doing differently.
Absolutely. I see a few different things quite a bit. The biggest issue I see is bad lighting. People are not lighting their product up very well, and so people can't accurately tell what it is, or it just doesn't make it look great, right? And the next thing I see is people aren't making that first initial listing photo their hero shot. Like they're not putting it on the white backdrop, they're not centering it perfectly and putting space around the whole thing, that sort of thing. So they're not putting their best foot forward with their photos. And then I also notice that people are not showing size or context to how big or small their item is. And a lot of times people can't tell. I mean, you might list that in the description, but people don't always read that, or maybe they still don't understand the size of a product. So, um, just being able to show some relevance and something easily is just putting a hand in the photo, like holding the product if you can, or having something else that's in the frame that's relevant that people can kind of relate. Hey, this is according to a common object about a certain size. So that's an easy way to show people how big your product is. And then the last thing I tend to notice is people are not always showing how a product is used. And while it might seem obvious to the seller what a product is for, it's not always obvious to the buyer. And I see this a lot with crafters. So they make all these really cool things. I'm always watching stuff on TikTok and I love this stuff. I would buy half of it, but I wouldn't know what to do with it necessarily. I might buy something and put it on my desk and say, oh, that looks cool. But unless you're really showing what the product is used for, you're kind of doing a disservice to the purchaser.
That makes a lot of sense. And I think I'm building along to everything you said. I can think of examples like for my own clients
Yes.
because I see a lot of these. And I think the thing about how the product is used is probably the most common one that I see. Um, and I mean, I've worked with some brands in the past year where their products have been quite unique. They've been something that is relatively new to the market, so customers perhaps wouldn't know what it was or how to use it. And
Right.
that's something that I'm talk about a lot is that people need to see things in context because like while you need those beautiful white background shots to show the product and all the
Yes.
angles, if someone doesn't know how they're going to use it, then why would they buy it?
Right. Exactly.